Hi guys. Wow, I'm back. So before I start my speech, I'd like to say that I was part of the first official batch ever that was in Boda. I was in the 7th grade, and it feels really, really great to be back. And honestly, I remember it like yesterday. You know, the bell ringing loudly, signaling the end of lunch break, loud voices trailing into classrooms, their doors swinging shut with dull thuds, the breeze swishing down the hallway from the terrace outside, bouncing off walls before settling on my skin, the lingering smell of Szechuan puffs, still hanging in the air long after the lunch cart disappeared up the stairs. And I stood, waiting, in a spot so familiar to me, right outside a shiny blue door, watching the grey-green tiles create a stark contrast under my shoes. And as the shiny blue door slowly opened, Nikhil sir's booming voice rumbled in my ear. "Ye dekho madam, वापस से pumpkin." There I was again in Leena ma'am's office, where I was by then a permanent fixture, lip-syncing along with Nikhil sir's lines because I'd heard them so often. Discreetly, of course, because even I knew better than to be overtly cheeky around Leena ma'am. You see, my arrival from IGCSE to A-levels created quite a stir. Your girl, D for Devi, came with quite the D for disclaimer for being rather D for difficult. I could see it in the dark shadow of recognition that crossed my teacher's eyes when I first introduced myself, as if they were getting ready to brace themselves for D for disaster. And sure enough, they didn't have to wait too long before it was disaster that I gave them. My misdemeanors ranged from bunking business studies to not finishing my English homework, from singing loudly during economics exams to playing excruciatingly loud music in the art room. Whether it was holding mid-class conferences in the girls' toilet, or sneaking out of school, or almost driving Nikhil sir to tears with my refusal to hand in my cell phone, I was your girl. And by mid-semester, this list grew so long that Leena ma'am didn't even care for the details anymore. Needless to say, my grade for every single subject was, you guessed it, a big fat D. But this time I'm dead, I thought to myself as the door closed behind me with a tight click, leaving me alone with Leena ma'am. They're going to expel me, my parents are going to be called, I'm going to get disgraced to my overachiever Gujarati family. I could see my nanny ma's disappointed face in front of my eyes more clearly than I could see Leena ma'am. "Sit down," she said in her usual stern but polite voice. "Have some water." She pointed at a bottle next to me. "Wait a second. Why wasn't she yelling at me?" As she opened her mouth to speak again, I thought, yes, there it is, and I screwed my face up and got ready for total carnage. But all she said was, "So tell me, why?" And that was followed by a deafening silence that seemed to go on for an eternity, and I'm sure all of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then I mustered up the courage to say, "Why what, ma'am?" Why is it that someone who is so obviously D for decisive, so evidently D for dependable, so undeniably D for diligent, disciplined, and doting, behaving like she is a D for delinquent? Yes, you're daring too, clearly, and diverse. And why are you channeling it in behavior that isn't you? We all know it. You're the only one who doesn't. Wait, what is she talking about? Of course I'm a delinquent, ma'am. I'm a disaster, a disgrace, a dunce. I know it. My classmates know it. The teachers know it. The teachers know it? Yes, the teachers know it. Really. think again. And that's when it dawned on me. All those times I was given a talking to by my teacher or asked to stay back after school, all those times in Leena ma'am's office, I was never labeled or called a name. I was reprimanded appropriately for my actions, but at the same time, I was told that I could do better because I am better. We live in a world of one size fits all. And if the shoe doesn't fit, you don't either. What I mean to say is if you're different, you're put in a box. Or given a nasty label. And especially someone like me, who's mixed race, who has parents who are artists, who doesn't come from a conventional family background, who's changed so many schools. I mean, my name is Devi Giannetti, for God's sake. How do you explain that in a nutshell? Right? My reality coupled with my destructive actions were the perfect target for some pretty mean and unforgiving labels, as you can imagine, but I'm not going to go around pointing fingers, because I do it too. We all do it. The easiest thing to do is to put someone in a box. But what's difficult, and by difficult I mean back-breakingly grueling, is to look beyond those labels. Because what you're doing is reconfiguring the way your brain has been taught to think. Accepting someone's weaknesses and embracing their strengths is not only easier said than done, but it is a mark of a good person. Of a human being who understands the value of the word nurture. Which is exactly the quality our director and principal, Dr. Vandana, seeks out and harnesses in her faculty members, carefully handpicked by her, besides having had a rich experience in their subjects. And a quality she imbibes in herself as well. Dr. Vandana and her stellar staff members have always created a safe space for students to be themselves despite their weaknesses, to realize their dreams and to chase them fearlessly. Their impressions of me were never etched in stone, and they created an environment that very quickly became conducive to bringing me closer to becoming the best version of myself, not only as a student, but in all the different facets that made up who I was. They taught me to be proud of my diverse heritage, not ashamed. They even encouraged me to take as many diverse subjects that took my interests and not to be limited by the labels of being a science, commerce, or arts student. They taught me that everything is temporary and that I should make the most of the positive aspects in my life and be grateful for them. And that with diligence, discipline, and determination, I had the power to change negative situations that may arise to whatever I wanted them to be. In fact, in the very recent past, this notion was something I reminded myself of almost every day as I recovered from a near-fatal illness. You know, you get so many curveballs, in life. It's gonna happen. No matter when you think things are going perfectly, you're gonna have so many highs, as one of your valedictorians said. But there are going to be lows. And they're gonna suck. Right? But that's just a part of it. And what do you have in those moments? Yeah, sure, you have your friends, you have your family, but most importantly, you have the ideas that you have created based on your experiences. What you learn as a child, what you learn in school, all of these create the framework for what's going to happen next. All of your habits, the way you deal with things, the way you cope with stress. I know all of us are like anxious stress balls all the time. Trust me, my heart is beating really fast right now. But yes, all of this is stuff you will learn now and in college. By the end of my A-levels, there was a 180-degree change in me. And today, 10 years later, I stand before you, an actor, a singer, a writer, a designer, a teacher, believe it or not, having realized not only one dream, but so many. My learnings from the school that you're graduating from this morning have stayed with me in sickness and in health, in moments of triumphs of success, and most importantly, in the despairs of my failures. I graduated Podar, I went and studied in Pune, which is also something I didn't expect. And I graduated a graphic designer. And then I lived in Amsterdam, took a lot of risks, got a job there, worked as a graphic designer, only to realize that I hate being a graphic designer. I don't want to be a graphic designer anymore. And sometimes you're all set to, follow someone's legacy like your parents. But what are you going to do when, you hate it, or you don't want to do it, or your heart says something else? Fortunately for me, I listened to my heart, and I moved back from Amsterdam. Believe me, I love living there. And I started to pursue the things that I always wanted to do in the performing arts. And now, even on my worst day, when I come home in tears, if I come home in tears, I ask myself, would I go back to graphic design? Would I go back to what was initially carved out for me? And the answer is always no. So please, I know you've probably read this all over Instagram, but please follow your heart. Please listen to yourself. Please be brave, because there's always going to be someone who's going to be mad at you for not being a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer. And if that's what you want to be, that's great too. But be brave. Remember what Vandana ma'am says, to chase your dreams fearlessly. Now tomorrow, as you take your first steps into the larger canvas of your lives, remember that there is no one size fits all. Each one of you is unique, and you harbor talents that are waiting to unfold. Take steps that are bold yet compassionate. Don't be afraid to fail, because there is no success story in the world that hasn't been built on failures. I can assure you, if this is mine, is still unfolding, and stay true to who you are. And don't get washed away in the sea of comparison. Don't be afraid to experiment. And don't forget the most important thing of all, to enjoy yourselves while you're at it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devi. This clearly shows that